Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. This is the Grapevine. Yes, it's Zibby here, and we're talking about everything related to entertainment. I've got my amazing entertainment analyst with me this morning. It's a Tuesday, so we have Efeture.
Woo!
Hey,
In the house.
Yes, she
in the
is. Okay, and we also have Irabor, aka the big bad wolf, on the other side.
Come on. No. Irabor, the chill guy.
Yeah,
Irabor, the chill
right.
guy.
Silent lamb.
Irabor,
This
the
is how I
chill
got
guy. The
Irabor's
silent
number.
lamb.
The silent
Yeah.
lamb.
No, on my phone.
Guys,
it's
if you're
officially
not
the big
if you're not
bad
on
wolf.
YouTube or however we are streaming, is it YouTube, Instagram?
Yes.
If you guys are not streaming, you need to see Efeture's hairstyle, man. You know those two separate platings that they do now. This is men's kryptonite. Oh. I'm telling you,
No, if he has been getting compliments all morning.
So you see,
compliments. Someone said I look like Fiona.
Zibby is giving them makeup.
Is that a
You
compliment?
people should look at Zibby's red lips makeup thingy that is going on. With the jeans and
really?
satin fabric thingy going on.
Irabor is ready for us this morning.
I can see that.
He
is. I can see that.
All right. Well, let's let you know how you can be a part of the conversation. The WhatsApp number is 0809 440 981. You can also send your messages through via Twitter. Just tweet at smooth981. And we're streaming live on YouTube, so you can catch the live stream. You can see if you're in the studio. It's smooth981. And don't forget, you can also post a comment on there. Let's see. Cruz says, Irabor, the Sabi man, keeping it 100.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Efe, save it as Sabi man.
Ow.
Irabor, on my phone, it's Irabor, the big bad wolf. Sorry. All right, let's get into the conversation. Let's start off with Anikulapo, The Rise of the Spectre. Now, the movie has premiered in Lagos.
Yep. So, the prequel, because it's not the prequel of the movie Anikulapo is out, I think, this March on the 1st. So they had the premiere, they had a big party, they had the cast and crew come together, they had it in Ikeja. So just to get people's appetites, get us wanting, of course, longing. I've seen the trailer, it looks good. Kunle has a pass mark when it comes to cinematography. And then he also has a pass mark as it relates to introducing acts that nobody really pays attention to. So Lai is in it, the comedian, skit maker. Of course, Kunle Remy comes back, Bimbo Ademoye, Shola Shobowale. Gabriel Afolayan is in this one. So it's highly packed and expectant. We're expectant, we're watery, in fact, everything about the movie, we are looking forward to it.
We're watery.
Okay. wrong choice of words. We're expectant. I'm sorry. Okay. We're expectant. I wanted to add something. Yes, it's also part of the agreement he had between Netflix. So there's I think whether 6 or 4, I don't know the number again, but the agreement he's had with Netflix because all his productions have been on Netflix for the past couple of years. So yeah, we're expectant.
Kunle Afolayan in the movie, because I mean he's a great filmmaker, but as an actor, I'm not too sure.
He's not in it, thank God.
Okay.
He's not a fantastic actor. Or he does, I don't know.
He does more magic when he's not
when he's behind the scene. Yeah. But he did a couple that were okay, but a couple, maybe like 1 or 2, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Irabor?
Kunle Afolayan is Stan Lee Pro Max. His own visual time is more than Stan Lee's, but not too much to seem like a full cast member. I will give Kunle Afolayan more than a pass mark when it comes to cinematography. I think he's solid when it comes to cinematography. He works with a particular team. It's not more than 6 people that are constant, during his production, and it seems to work. The only thing I have with his films, so far is, aside Anikulapo was a solid film, or solid series or whatever you want to call it now, given what's going on. But I'm sure he always wants to add plot twists or wants to add something, that's just off what the story arc is about, but he doesn't really ultimately get it sometimes. So he doesn't nail it. So we get carried away with the awesome soundtracks and score and the beautiful cinematography, but at the end of the day, it kind of just doesn't really hit it, but it's still good at the same time. So it's something like let my people go type of thing. So even if you see a normal movie that hits like Niger Christmas, I mean, it's the one that did Niger Christmas now, So
was it the one?
Was it the one?
That's
It was
the one that
yeah,
had
yeah,
the 3 sons.
Yeah, the 3 sons is the one that did it.
That
Yeah.
was a horrible.
So that wasn't horrible per se. If you look at the production, so you see my point. So the similar opinions and all that. Wow,
really?
if he's the big bad wolf today,
I wanted to forget about that movie. I wanted to be sure that he was him. I didn't know it was him.
But I'm hoping that this one nails, because if you do an aggregate of all the originals, whether it's from Netflix or Prime or any of all these streaming services, I won't really give them a pass mark altogether. I feel they're still finding their way in this whole dynamic. But I just pray it's not a KOB offshoot, that we were really anticipating it to be great and it just fell flat on its face. You understand?
That also happens.
So I'm really, really hoping that's not the case. So I'm always going to be hopeful for any movie that is coming from Nollywood. Always going to be hopeful, but I'm always going to be critical if it doesn't meet up, especially from people who have the resources to make film.
Yeah. All right. So speaking about still on Kunle Afolayan, Irabor, did you see the video I sent to you?
Yeah. And I'm still processing.
Right. So this was at an event, and Kunle Afolayan,
that was the premiere actually.
Oh, right. So he was definitely very excited. His family was also very excited.
Yeah.
And there's a little clip of Kunle dancing with a young lady who is said to be his daughter.
Yeah.
And but there have been a lot of comments about the style of dance and whether or how appropriate this dance move was. Because we think of a father-daughter dance, that was like very sweet and nice, but this looked a bit
sexual. You want to say it? You want to say it? So
yes.
I just watched it. So her name is Eyemi Afolayan, and I just went to quickly cross-check because I thought Kunle's children were probably around that, maybe 13, 15, 16. But he does have an older daughter in this person, and she's in the pictures of his children. I don't know if she's a stepdaughter, whatever it is, if she's a stepdaughter, adopted daughter, or daughter, she's his daughter. It did look inappropriate. But I don't know how to say it. Maybe I should allow Irabor. Irabor will come across better than
myself.
Because there's a bond between fathers and their daughters, right?
Wow.
Yeah, but maybe Irabor.
Maybe Irabor. Okay, Irabor, what do you think?
So I don't think I'm the best person in this position because I'm not a daughter. So
have you watched the video?
I'm not a father at the moment. So again, I've watched the video. Yes, I've watched the video. I mean, it's cause for concern because I don't know if it was excitement. I don't know. In the Bible, they said people who are too excited, certain things happen and all that. But I wouldn't even be grinding or allow my daughter or my cousin or my sister or anybody related to me.
As long as that last name is there in some way, right?
As long as there's we are related. As long as we are related. I mean, there was a time one of my, how do I even put this relationship safe? Not relationship, like how we were related. There's a time like the step whatever of the in-law of the something that the person was giving me green light. I just went straight. I said, stop it. Do you understand? Like, I mean, just stop it. Do you get? So I don't know. The video is somewhat one kind, Sha. It's one kind.
Okay. Well, all right. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's one kind.
Yeah, even talking about it is like
that's not a father-daughter dance right there.
Yeah, that's not a father-daughter dance.
I mean, imagine being the husband and you're seeing that one during your wedding.
Like, come on, going on here.
Yeah.
It's weird. All right. So let's move on to our next headline. Don't forget, you're a part of the conversation, so share your thoughts with us. 0809 440 981. Ira Star has opened up about how her mother basically used music to get her to, get into university at 14, do well in school, graduate. So it was like, you want to do this? You want to do music?
Yeah.
Face your studies. 14 at university is young, though.
Well, they had it. Wow. They definitely had it. So I read it and it just felt sweet because the mom is being not just a Nigerian mom, but an African mom. Again, if you look at that trend, I have an African wife or I have an African mom. There are so many things that just hit home with, and they were not even in Nigeria. I think they were stationed in Benin, Republic, and the mom is like, oh, if you want to do this, yeah, you got to go to school. It's like when mom say, if you want to watch TV, go and watch the plates. If you want to know, so it just felt like a typical household. It all obviously also felt relatable, so felt very sweet. And again, she should be grateful for her mom or to her mom because she has been able to finish university. Again, if music at its own point ends or stops, or you are no longer making hits, definitely you can fall back to your career or your education and make something of yourself. So it felt really good. It felt really sweet.
Yeah, I mean, the course she studied was international relations, so she's already an international superstar, so she can segue and pivot to something else. And she really needs to thank her mom. Every opportunity, she needs to thank her mom. Even me said there's some things that my mom has done in my life that, I just, when something just happened, I'd be like, I just send her money, like just out of appreciation. So she really needs to thank her mom, because a lot of these people don't understand the beauty of education. Really, it is important. So the fact that your mom knows that you're talented enough, you should go to school early, get it out of the way completely. Then you can go and be wearing, clothes that show your tummy and do all those things you want to do. No problem. You have a degree share at the end of the day. So that is good.
Yeah. Stay in school, kids.
Yep.
Education rocks.
Yep.
All right. Now, still on, I believe she's still signed to Mavin, right?
Yes, she is.
Okay. So reports now say that Universal Music Group has acquired a majority stake in, Mavin, the record label. We spoke about this sometime last year because I think the rumor was swirling around.
This year, January.
Oh, was it this year? Okay. And the band sort of denied that, didn't it? Sorry, not the band. Doghudje, I beg your pardon.
Yeah,
no, it didn't.
I think they were saying it was an acquisition. Do you understand? So the rumor was it was either an acquisition or they were selling it off. But this is like an investment. So Universal Music Group has invested. It has its ties through Mavin, again, because of what Mavin has done in the music industry in Nigeria. I'm hoping, because there wasn't much detail as to what this means or what it entails, but I'm hoping that Mavin will be able to go cross-continent and gather some more acts. So they'll go to Ghana, they'll have acts just like they have in Lagos. They go to South Africa, they'll go to Kenya, Cameroon, and all that. But it's a applaudable feat for them. They have stuck to their guns. They have put in the work. They have attended those meetings. They have stood out. So this is like an applaudable feat for doing good in the music industry. So commendations, congratulations to Don Jazzy and Tega. Tega is the man. Tega is all over the place. He's the one speaking to the brands. He's the one pushing the artists, ensuring they get their dues when it comes to performance pay. So they have done a great job. They have really done a great job. Yeah.
I'm sure the band is punching the air right now. Like
why do we always think about what he's left them for a while though?
Because we know that they made magic.
I always go to it as well.
Yeah, they made magic after. It's just like the Steph Curry, Kevin. Okay, this is a basketball reference. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant situation where Steph Curry won before Kevin Durant came. Kevin Durant came, they won together. Then Steph won after, but Kevin hasn't won after. So you look at it like the band, how far now your music career or even business itself that we have not really been seeing what's up with the whole thing. You just been coded, because at least one or two acts should have come from you, because the whole thing is see what Olamide has done, see what Don Jazzy is doing, see what MI has even done. A lot of people are just, bringing new acts because you've gotten to that salient point. Tu Baba even tried his own too. One or two acts too came from him. So again, this is something that a lot of people need to use as a blueprint where you have to put in the work. Put in the work first, then you would most definitely get recognition. Look at Lai Wasabi, for example. There was a time he was just putting out content consistently. Then people just started noticing him. The next person that's going to be up is that lady Omoba. If she continues the way she's doing, you have other guys like Jay on Air and Sweet Okwe and all those people. So the thing is, once you're consistent, you would see types of things, especially when you have good staff. People that are, wired to want to love what you're doing, they would take it on like it's their own. Case in point, Tega. It's beautiful to see that UMG is looking to acquire some form of, a portion of Mavin at this point. That's money. If you look at it, the way if it broke it down, going to different countries, getting different acts. Imagine if Tyler was a Mavin. Imagine, let's say they just discovered her and she was one who released Water and Mavin. So it can just blow up crazy. And Don Jazzy has had different classes of people that have come through Mavin. You had the Dr. Seeds, the Ricardo Banks, what's the other guy that looks like this guy? No, the Prince. The Prince is also even bringing acts too. If you get what I'm saying, there's one of that Corey Bello. Then you now had Tiwa. Then Tiwa left. They now had Ira. Imagine having a superstar. They're not having another superstar. I mean, no, the guy deserves it. Kick his feet. Keep working, but enjoy the fruit of the labor.
Yes, so
now, speaking about Mavin and the Bunch, did anyone catch the interview with Ikechukwu and Daddy Freeze? Ikechukwu. I thought he was so cool and cute back then. He still is, actually.
Well,
that was not the 6 packs that we were looking at.
It was definitely part of it.
Yeah, so I saw that clip. He looks older.
It feels like he's been through it. I know there was a time he had some health challenges.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was about what he was saying. Yeah. His time with the band.
The band. Yeah, I got that when he said the band gave him 50,000 and he will be grateful. And
he said he was like his henchman. Like, you cannot talk about the band when I'm here.
I'm telling you, he was like his bodyguard. And I was like, back then, I would just want to put out the cabal was strong. Let's not even get about it. The cabal was strong. And yes, the band and that crew had the backing because they had great music. So people wanted to be associated with them. People wanted to do work with them because they put out great hits.
Right.
But I didn't get it in the context. Maybe that's the only part I got. I didn't get the context as to why he was giving him 50,000 when he was earning 2 million per his own shows. So I didn't get that.
He kind of implied that it was blind loyalty in some way. That's
why do I have to give you 50,000 for loyalty?
Like, no, on his part, he was accepting it because it's like, man, I love this guy. So whatever he gives me, I'll take.
Wow. Occult following.
So this cabal. No, this cabal that if he's talking about, please, can you throw more light? And the people that
you know what? Let's continue this on the other side. Okay. It's the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. Stay with us. Dang.
So there was a music cabal.
Go on.
There was a music cabal before.
There was. Hasn't there always been a cabal? Music, movies. Like if you can't get into that, or if you want to get into that sector, you need to come through me.
So they're like the gatekeeper. But those guys were massive. I actually started to enjoy Nigerian music because of the band.
The band, of course, airplay added to it. But yeah, there was a very what's it called? That it also felt like a loyalty thing because again they carried a lot of people as crew.
Yeah,
and they're like,
I'm always wondering what happened between them. What happened between the band and Don Jazzy?
Oh, it wasn't really clear.
I think it's nice that they both really haven't said anything publicly that's negative about each other, though.
I think maybe it was in managerial services or it was in personal issues. It has never really been clear. But the band wanted out.
Wow.
Do you understand? And he didn't. Maybe he wasn't feeling. Was it maybe they have been called all this while?
No hits.
No, it was no hits.
So it was something about maybe he didn't want to be. There was just a
was like the face of Mo hits, like,
and it felt like maybe coming against him. That's the Don Jazzy coming against him. He didn't accept it, or he didn't want it, or maybe Don Jazzy had recommended something. What? No, so maybe in what's it called, as it relates to partnership, as it relates to the music, because as far as the band was concerned, he's the biggest character there. Yeah. So
maybe he said that he didn't want more people signed on, maybe.
I don't know what it is.
Well, was it something to do with that their Kanye West deal? Was it good music or something?
There was something though, because around that same time, Wande Cole also stepped away. Do you understand? So there were talks about the fact that they concentrate more on the band. They don't do something for the other artists. See this person, he has been waiting for his own album. See this person, he has been waiting. So the resources to go around, of course, wasn't a lot, being that the band was the biggest star.
Wow.
But even the band had a fallout as it relates to what are you doing for me? When is my music or something of the? It wasn't really, really clear. They never really put out something. So
and this is what happens with all record labels. Once there is a big star, everything else is on hold. You have to focus on this person.
Yeah.
And black people need to just understand that collaboration is key.
It's time to go on. It's the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. Irabor, Efeture, and Zibby with you.
Yes.
WhatsApp number 0809 4440981. It's always a great idea to catch the live stream. Okay, where are my cameras? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was pointing that way. Because there's always a lot of conversation that goes on behind the mic. So we're streaming live on our YouTube channel. It's Smooth 981.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've got a message from Tayo. Tayo says, I had to rush down to YouTube to see why Irabor was what Irabor was saying about Efeture. It's understandable. Okay. And then on to a comment about the Afolians. Taya says parents wouldn't allow their child dance like that to the third party in their presence, but we have this. Time will tell. And another message said,
the podcast topic is
I
loading
know.
somewhere.
The band is staging a comeback with a new song. He intends to win a Grammy. I just yawned. It is well this comeback.
Shade.
And Tayo says, all the old timers like Remedies and Ikechukwu talking. My own is, when are they coming to talk on the Grapevine? We should actually make that happen. But we're more positive in our approach, of course.
Oh, God.
All right. So just before we took that quick breather, we were speaking about the Mohit situation with Doghudje and Doghudje. And Irabor, you had a little bit to add.
Yeah, I was just trying to understand what happened between Doghudje and Doghudje. I mean, if they were still together, what would have happened? I really don't understand when, and I hate to say this, but Black people, Africans, we have this enemy mindset amongst ourselves. Like we don't see that collaboration is key. I keep mentioning the Jews or different types of people who they have to band together. If you go to the UK, you have certain tribes that are together, they house together, they live together, they create wealth together. And that's something we don't do at all. I'm not talking about whether you're talking about the Igbos or Hausas or different. I'm talking about Nigerians all together, because once that happens, we were so formidable that nothing would break us. So when I see, Peace Square, like brothers fighting, I'm like, I've had my own share of losing friends and everything, but whether it's communication, I really don't understand it. It's just very funny to me, but then again, if you was talking about the cabal of the music industry, I'm guessing that didn't really last long if you're speaking about Doghudje, that didn't really last long because he too is not in the game. He hasn't been in the game since. I can't remember the last hit song the band had. I can't remember. I really can't remember, but good luck to everybody.
Imagine if these guys announced that they were having a concert, a Mohit versus Mavin concert. That would be amazing.
They had one during, whether it was a Christmas, it was a festival time. I think Flight Time had them. So you would have had all the Mohit people, even including Tiwa, and then of course so they've made up. Don't let it get it. They've made up. Yeah, they've made up in terms of
with each other.
Yeah, they're not working together.
It's like, let's see each other and say hello. Everybody goes home happy. That's the best way to make it.
They've made up for optics.
They had one, they called, and of course they crowned it off with Doghudje and Doghudje having, and Doghudje used to have that cool cameo where he's the one.
The glory days.
The glory days, I'm telling you, really, really glorious days. So they've made up, but yeah.
They ain't just messing with each other like that. Okay, Angel says, that dance was raunchy, totally inappropriate, especially for a father and daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to some legal matters. A Delta State High Court has denied Davido's motion to halt all legal proceedings filed against him by Amaju Pinnick.
So I tried to understand this. So obviously he had been paid to perform, and then he didn't turn up. So I remember when this was trending, because the Amaju used to be, or he still is, the president. So I think he had made up his mind that this person, I'm going to show you. I will show you. So the band, again, using your legal technicalities, were thinking he could get away with just getting them to halt and then court proceeding that will take forever, knowing our judiciary. But this Delta State Court judge is like, you know what, we need to move on. We need to close this. Do you understand? You guys need to get to some sort of amicable agreement. But yeah, he had been in the news again, was it sometime last year, about this not showing up and not, although there were claims, again, we didn't see receipts, but he had been in the news about not turning up, receiving money and not doing what he needed to do. In this case, they say he went to Australia or somewhere to perform. So again, this person is like, I'm going to tell you today who is boss. And
I'm ready for you.
If they don't settle it amicably, he's asking for 2 billion. I don't know how much he was paid. If he was paid 150 million and they're asking for 2 billion, this one, they want to squeeze
damages.
You. Do you understand?
You have to pay damages sometimes.
Instead of delaying it, maybe he should go have a conversation. The lawyer should meet. This is what I'm going to offer you. I won't pay you 2 billion. I will pay you 500 million. I don't know whether that will work, but I beg the person. That might be another option, but
that
again,
is true.
I
think sometimes communication can actually help to solve problems faster than litigation.
But this
is also egos.
Yeah, but this is us talking from our, because I don't know,
folk point of view.
Because again, he might have really upset the person, and then the person, maybe he wasn't also agreeing for the person. I mean, that's the term. They say, I don't agree for anybody.
Right. I think
then the person
he did make some comments on social media.
So
social media. This thing.
I really don't understand when, older men go on social media and start talking about their business, especially this type of thing with another man again, Davido and Amaju. When I saw it, I was just irritated, honestly, in my own opinion. And that's what I was saying earlier about us just having squabbles publicly and going on social media. To what end? What are we trying to achieve? Like, hey, come and see you. I mean, please.
The court of public opinion.
Yeah, who cares, really? Who cares? I mean, we can talk about the Kule Afolayan thing, and that's court of public opinion, but this kind of thing, I'm not really a fan of it. But see the way we're just calling out money, 500 million, 2 billion, 1 billion now. Wow, Chineke. God help us.
All right. Let us know your thoughts. 0809 444 0981. Kewe says, kudos to Mavin. I also want them to sign Afro jazz artists to their label, which can make them money internationally because jazz music really doesn't do well in Nigeria. I think that's it's a very elitist sort of sound. So it has its crowd, but it's not for everyone.
True. That's why she said internationally.
Irabor. Okay. Ima from Lagos says, is this Emma? Okay, it's Ima. F.A. Zibby, Irabor, the Grapevine crew. How about starting a podcast? It will bang. Eventually, not everyone is a business person.
What would it be called?
What would it be called?
I wonder.
Pondering.
Angel says Irabor keeps it real, says it as it is. In other words, Irabor, she's saying you're not politically correct.
Says it as it is now.
Maybe you have defined your own.
I know, and it's quite different from what Angel said. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next story. Ikechukwu Onunaku confirms that he split up with his wife, and this was still in that very interesting thing with Daddy Freeze. They split up. They were married for 3 years, and he actually listed someone. He named the person.
Ikechukwu is not afraid. Do you understand? Himself and Irabor do have something in common. Ikechukwu is not afraid of anybody.
He's going to inside again.
He's going to tell it as it is. And he said it. He said it wasn't infidelity. Again, it wasn't that he was cheating. It was more like some people were talking in our ear. Of course, he didn't say how he handled it. We don't know. Again, we just heard it from his side. But he said people were talking in our ear, especially then he called the person's name. And he was like, you know what? This is not how I want to roll. And I think in his mind, it's like, I'm too old for this. Wow. You understand? I feel like...
And he said he's a lover boy. He said when he's in love, he is really sweet.
He said when he's in love, I'm a woman rapper.
Yes. You know, these big bad wolf men, that's actually how they are, you know.
I don't know about big bad wolf men, but are we talking about you, Irabor? I don't know.
I just made a general observation.
Well, I would admit, I'm a lover boy, Sha. That one. When I'm in love with somebody, forget. I will cook for you, massage you, go to market for you, do a lot of like every. But when I saw the news, I mean, when Miriam sent it to me, I was like, this is my reaction. Ikechukwu marriage don't end. She was like, now so we see her more. My man, I was like, it's not 2021, I'll be 2020.
Yeah, so that marriage was also a concert because more hits and Mavins also came. They performed though. As in they had artists, P Square came up, Don Jazzy and D'banj. It was
a huge
it
wedding.
was a huge wedding.
It
Yeah.
was a huge
Wow.
wedding.
At least
And
they had
I
3 good
mean,
years with each other, or maybe 2
no
good
kids,
years.
no kids.
I don't think they were kids at the time.
Ah, wow.
All right. Some people are fighting, and this one is between 2 former what's the word now, collaborators.
Yeah.
So it's between Iniedo, the actress, and filmmaker Chinenye Nwora. They're basically battling over who actually owns Shanty Town. And it does seem like Iniedo has sent a legal warning to Netflix, asking them to stop talking to Nwora about making another season because, well, according to Iniedo, she don't own it.
Okay,
my
so
point.
contract. That is part of what I'm going to say. Have a contract. However, it also seems like so Ini came on board as executive producer, or they agreed that I'll be executive producer. Then of course, Chineye or Chinyere also came in. She's executive producer. She's also the producer. None of them have the writing credit. So I feel like that collaboration was okay. You bring your expertise, because some of the names in Shantytown, I'm not sure if Chineye or Chinyere was the one that drew those names. It will probably be an Indiedo thing. However, there was no agreement. And I also think, and it was mentioned on LinkedIn, that Chineye now went to trademark copyright Shantytown. Do you understand? If I do that, legally, I own it.
Wow.
If I don't have a contract, I say I want to collaborate with you. We say, okay, what will we name it? Both of you were like, oh, Shantytown. Oh, who will write this? Who will be in it? I think Chidi Mokeme will be the great. All that is on paper. But if you don't agree together that, okay, this Shantytown, we're selling it to Netflix, this is how much we'll make, have a sharing formula, then agree that this is, you own 5%, you own 10%, or whatever it is. Wow. By all means, the person that has the copyright or has trademarked or has done anything is the rightful owner.
But before somebody goes to go and trademark something, if you're going to trademark Shantytown, for example, that has already come out, those who are trademarking, shouldn't they do their own due diligence? Because, for example, if you're going to CAC to register a name, they ask you for multiple names. They ask you for references. They ask you for A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So didn't they check to see maybe there were other parties that were co-executive producing?
It's already affiliated with the movie. I can give them a pass.
Okay, both of them are affiliated with the movie.
Like,
but I mean,
with the trademark, I'm sure they'll be like, okay, she's affiliated with this movie. She's listed in the credits as this.
But if I'm trademarking it, they have another person there now that also was part of the film, who was a co-executive producer. So if you're trademarking, you should be checking with the other person. Shouldn't
That's
you?
the point.
Mr. C somewhere in this building. Would it be nice to
it's
get
the legal people to, because I don't know how trademarking works. I get you with CAC. That's how CAC works. You can't just go with one name. You have to go with multiple names. They will check which one is available and say. But when it comes to copyright, because again, trademark is different from copyright. Let's not use them interchangeably.
I'm just trying to be, open about it.
We're almost out of time, so let's look at some messages really quickly. Angel says, Irabor is one of the reasons I listen to the Grapevine and feel focused.
Angel loves you.
Thanks, Angel.
Appreciate you.
Xavier from Bagada says, Zibilistic loving a big bad wolf. Oh, what? Oh my goodness.
Zibilistic. See name.
Yeah, I know, right? Ikechukwu I watched in the Little Black Book is different from the Ikechukwu I saw in that interview and with what he said. But then again, tough on the outside, mushy on the inside. True. Tayo says, marriage of 3 years, and there's Gubadia's marriage. That's Portia and Simon, that lasted for 15 months. If you trademark an item, it can be challenged to be reversed. It's not a permanent status. Okay. This is like what happened with the Domitila movie with Anne and Jemanze and the original producer.
Yeah, so it turns out that Anne trademarked Domitila as a name.
And he was trying to do a remake, wasn't he?
Yeah, he did a remake. He still went out. It's like Almost Sexy. She actually has trademarked, or she says she has trademarked Almost Sexy.
Okay, almostsexy.com.
There's something else you should be trademarking too.
It's part of the sexiness, Irabor.
How did we all just think and know what it was? Well,
bad children. Big bad wolf people.
Irabor has infected us. Well, that is it for the Grapevine. Thank you for your messages. Thank you so much for listening. And of course, special thanks to my amazing analysts, Efeture and Irabor.
Yep.
Do stay with us. There's a lot more to come. Lagos Talk starts from 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Thanks, Irabor. My mic was on. Thanks, Irabor.
Take care, bye.